Hey guys, Kevin Muldooney here. What I'd like to do in this video is test the front and back camera of the Moto G5. This is a mid-range smartphone, an Android smartphone. Retails for around £150, £160, $200, €200 in other markets. And for the price, it's a really good phone. Specification wise, it's decent performance. Now, the back sensor is 13 megapixels, the front sensor is 5 megapixels. Both of them can record up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. So I'm going to put both of the front and back camera tests in the one video. It's the same frames per second. I'll do a separate video where I'll do some footage at night time to show you how low light performance is, and with the front and the back camera. My suspicion is that during the daytime the footage will be okay, but where budget phones normally fail, where they normally fall behind is night time. The sensor isn't as good as letting in enough light at night time and things like that. But we'll see how it goes in that video. What I'm going to do just now is take a little walk, just see what the footage will be like when I'm walking around. Now, worth pointing out that, as always, you know the drill guys, I don't put any music in when I do these kind of tests. I let the microphone, the built-in microphone, do all the work. I think it's silly to do a video showing video footage and then go over the audio, because for me audio is one of the most important things of a video. If you're recording footage of a band, if you're recording footage of nighttime or somewhere on a holiday, putting music over that doesn't really help a person who's trying to buy the phone. You want to hear whether the audio is good or not. Good or bad, what you see and what you hear in this video is what you'll get if you buy the Moto G5. The version I've got is just now 16 gigabytes, 3 gigabytes of RAM. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it performs. So the first test I normally do is see how I get on in a car. But unfortunately the little holder that I use to hold my phone in place is broken. So it's going to be a couple of days before a new one arrives. So I can just sit in my car. Not the best, but what I'll quickly do just now before that is switch around to the back camera, which is 13 megapixels. So I'm now recording using the back camera, 13 megapixels. It is not very well lit in here. It's not much better now. The sensor on the back should be much better. You're not going to get a good view here, but if I turn around, hopefully you can see me. Now obviously you wouldn't record like this in selfie mode because you can't see the screen, you can't see what you're recording. Like my head could be bang in the middle of the screen, or it could be up or below. It's really hard to tell just looking at the sensor itself, but it does show you what it'd be like if you're walking around like that. So I'll sit in my car just to kind of let you hear the noise you would hear if your phone was there and the engine was running. So let's do that now. So I'm now sitting in my car. What I would normally do, is stick this to my windscreen, and this would dangle down, and it's got a little tripod part that I can attach to something like this, which can hold the phone. So there's no point doing kind of front and back test for this part of the video, because it's more about the audio. You'll see what the quality of the video is like for the front and back camera in the next clips, but really the most important thing here is the audio. So if I can, if I was talking, obviously the engine would be running like that and you'd be hearing noises. Now I can't duplicate the sounds that you would hear when you were actually in a car and driving around, so I'm sorry I can't do that test in this particular video. It's something that I do like to show, because I know some people like to record footage from the car, whether they're vlogging or just recording other people. But it's not a very nice day. In fact, the rain is on, so I don't think the microphones will perform well if it's a little bit windy and that. But at the end of the day, I've only got this phone for a few days, so I need to go out and test it. So I'm going to walk around, take a little walk, and we'll see how this performs out and about in nature. So let's do that now. And I apologise, I keep looking here when the cameras are here. I don't know why I'm doing that. So I've got some sort of shelter here under the trees. It's pretty calm, there's not much wind, so hopefully don't hear anything like that messing about with the microphones. Raining a little bit, some birds. So as you can see, I'm using the front camera. Isn't as good, but during the daytime, even a 5 megapixel sensor is okay at recording 1080p footage. You're not going to set the world alight, but it's okay, you know, for a quick snap or a quick video. Because sometimes you look at it in paper and 1080p sounds quite, on a 5 megapixel sensor sounds quite bad, but if there's enough light, it's not too bad, I don't think. Again, the most important thing here, for me anyway, is the microphones. So if you're recording footage with the front or the back camera, the microphone quality should be very similar. Let's try to do what vloggers would do and spin around. So the good old Scottish rain is back. You can zoom in, you probably noticed me doing that before, to 4 times magnification. These are what's known as sticky willies, because they stick to you. You throw these on cloves or something, they'll just stick. Make my fingers sticking. Sticky willies are, God knows what the official name for that is. Now, if you wanted to vlog, if you were looking to do videos for YouTube, I would advise going for a more expensive option. I don't think the Moto G or anything around that price range is really geared towards people who want to record videos for YouTube or whatever else, you know, any other video website, or even just for friends and family. I think this kind of price range of phones, you know, the $100 to $200, $300 mark, they're fine for recording snaps, quick videos for friends and things like that. But if you want to, you know, for me, for example, you know, with a YouTube channel, I'd be looking for a better phone, simply because the microphones tend to be a little bit better and the camera sensors tend to be a little bit better. But I've said this many times, it kind of is the law of diminishing returns, because you can pay 3 or 4 times as much for a better phone, but the footage or the microphones aren't 3 or 4 times better. It's just, you just have to pay a premium to get the better specifications. For £150 in the UK, anyway, $200 US I think it is, for that kind of price range of phone, I don't think the footage is that bad. So I hope you enjoyed those little clips that I recorded today. Those were for the front camera, which is 5 megapixels, and for the rear one, which is 13 megapixels. Now, my overall opinion of it is that during the daytime, when there's a lot of light, then I think the footage is actually quite good. A little bit worse indoors when there's not, you know, like direct sunlight, but outside I think footage was actually not too bad. I suspect that when I do a test at night time, I suspect, you know, that, you know, mid-range phones don't do well at night time generally, so I suspect performance could be much worse when I record some footage at night time. For flagship phones, if you compare the footage of a 1080p recording from a flagship phone, HTC U11, Samsung S8, iPhone 7, whatever, those are going to be better video-wise than the Moto G5. But the difference isn't huge from a video quality point of view. Not, you know, unless you're really inspecting it. I think if you're in daylight, there's lots of light, then I think the Moto G5 punches above its weight. That being said, the microphones are where you can really see that this isn't a flagship phone. I've tested a few flagship phones and the microphones are actually quite good. They're not too bad. They're decent enough for vlogging, and the Moto G is different. I found the microphones to be really kind of echoey, kind of wishy-washy. There's a lot of echoes, and it's kind of like the mics are inside a washing machine or something. It's a little bit bizarre the way that it sounds. It's really not good. Now, I think from footage point of view, looks okay. Microphones, audio-wise, is quite bad. But another problem that I found that this regards to the video footage is that the frames per second were quite inconsistent. And I noticed that when I put these clips together in Premiere Pro just to kind of preview what this video will look like, it was supposed to record at 30 frames per second on the front and back, but it didn't do that. One was like 23 frames per second, another was 29, another was 25, another was 30. There was no consistency, and that's not a problem that I've had with other phones. This is a problem that seems to be with the Moto G5. Now, if you are recording videos through this and you're going to be putting them together and editing them in an application, a video application like Premiere Pro or Final Cut, that kind of thing, then that could be a problem because you need the frame rates to be consistent. You'll need to use an application such as Handbrake to convert it, and that's what I had to do for this clip. I had to convert all of the clips in this to make them consistent at 30 frames per second. So I didn't want to alter the video footage that was recorded today. I really didn't want to interfere with the original files, but I had to change the video footage and make sure that they all had the exact same frame rate. I'm not sure why they've all got different frame rates. I don't know how it works. I don't know the technical side of things, but it made things difficult and it made it a pain to actually put the clips together. But I don't think that's something, if you're just going to record a clip and upload it online, that's not something you're concerned about, or if you're just recording a clip and sending it to friends. But the microphones are something that I think it really does fall behind. Again, this is a mid-range phone. This is a fairly cheap phone. It's about a quarter of the cost of my HTC U11. This is one of the areas that it falls behind. So I think that, I'll leave it over to you guys, but I'm sure you'll get the same impression of the clips that you've just seen. Video footage is maybe a little bit better than you expected. Audio quality is perhaps a lot worse than you expected. And yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think about this. But please, again, bear in mind this is a mid-range phone. I have been talking about flagship phones and comparing some aspects to that, but you do have to remember this is about a third or a quarter of the price of these more expensive phones. There's always sacrifices for a mid-range phone. They have to cut corners, and it does seem like the microphones used for video recording are one of the corners that they've cut. Please let me know what you think anyway in the comment area, and until next time, thanks for watching.